This is Ross Feingold on the Taiwan Hashtag program, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan, hosted by Storm Media. Today we are joined by another talented legislative Yuan candidate, Hsieh Peifen. Hsieh Peifen is running for the legislative Yuan seat in Da'an constituency, which is right here in downtown Taipei. Peifen, welcome to the show.
Hi Ross. Hi everyone. I'm Peifen. 大家好，大家好，大家好。
Da'an constituency, right, as I said, it's in downtown Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. What makes this a special place to live or work?
You know what, Ross? Da'an district is in the heart of Taipei. When everybody from the internationally visit Taiwan, they first stop is Da'an district. They go to Da'an district for our food, for like for beef noodle soup, and also for like mango ice. And also they go to Da'an for cultural experience. Da'an has a very long history and very deep culture. And also they go to Da'an for basically everything. So it's really representing our capital. It's in the heart of our capital. It's in the heart, I would say, in the heart of Taiwan as a country too. So I'm very honored to be running for a representative seat in Da'an district.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's something that, it's a place that foreigners know a lot about. Right. And the people who live in this district, they also, they travel a lot, right? So
yes.
There's a high degree of internationalization, right? It's an urban district, a lot of business people based there, but also live there, right? It's not just a place with tourist sites or office buildings. A lot of people actually live in this district, and that's typical in Taiwan cities, right? You have offices and residential kind of mixed together. So, what are you talking to these voters who live in this urban district? It's very international. What are you talking to the voters about when you meet them?
Well, yeah, we have both very international and very local people in Da'an district. And now when I go to like a market, like a Chenggong market, like Anju market, I meet a lot of people who are who have lived in Da'an district for several generations. And when I talk to them, the first thing I do is to introduce myself to them. Hi, I'm Peifen. I'm now running for the Congress, and please give me your support. Please vote for me because I would love to work for Da'an district and work for Taiwan and to make our living space a better place.
So how do you introduce yourself, though? Why don't you show us? You brought some of your...
Yes, yeah, I did brought some of my, how to say this?
It's like a postcard with
postcards,
with your information.
Yeah, to show my voters, and this is my name and me on the card, and where I graduated, where I have worked, and my campaign centers information, and this is for a tissue for people to use, so people can remember me when they see this. Oh, okay, yeah, I meet this candidate this morning, and she told me she's running for our district, and she loves my support.
This district is currently represented by a Kuomintang legislator.
Right.
What's the reception, from the voters when you meet them, you introduce yourself, you're wearing your election campaign vest, which has a logo of the DPP. So you're obviously from the DPP. So you introduce yourself to voters and you say, look, I'd love to have your support. I'm the candidate for the DPP. What's the reaction, given that right now this constituency is represented by a Kuomintang legislator?
Right. To be honest, Da'an district has long been represented by KMT. It's a very KMT-dominated district. But this time, the KMT congressman is retiring, and this is a new opportunity for all candidates. And I am representing DPP, and I also have a competitor who's representing KMT, and we are both running for this one seat. And when I tell people I'm representing DPP, well, I get two kinds of reactions. One kind is they are DPP supporters, but in Da'an district, they usually don't be that vocal about their political party affiliation. So they would tell me oh, I also support DPP.
But they do it secret, like it's a whisper?
In secret, yeah, exactly. And and when I meet them, I feel very warm because I'm being supported. And the second kind of voters are they are KMT supporters, and they would tell me, oh, why are you here? You're very brave to be in this district or in this neighborhood. But because I'm young, I'm new to them, they are usually still very polite to me. And then some people would tell me like they will not support DPP, but like they are open to talk to me. And I think that's a good sign for me.
Do you do any polling in these kinds of districts?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you will.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll be either equal or ahead when those polls come out. But speaking of polling and your background, tell us a little bit about yourself and what makes you the right person for this constituency, keeping in mind the nature of the voters. On the one hand, traditionally Kuomintang voters, but also people who are very sophisticated, very highly educated. We know you're highly educated. You have a master's degree from Harvard. But tell us a little bit more about what makes you qualified to be the legislator for this constituency.
Right, that's a very good question, and I'm being asked very often. First of all, I grew up in this district. This district is my home. And then second, I think I'm very, very, I can understand what this district, this constituency think. Because I grew up here, I went to school here at Taipei, and then I also went to, like my friends and all connections are here, and I also see this is like really the heart of Taiwan, the heart of Taipei. And I have also been to the US to study there. I graduated twice from Harvard University, and I also work as a diplomat in the United Nations. And I think this also shows the international aspect of Da'an district. And I think I can be a very good connection between Da'an district and like international. Our international representation. So this is what I think would be a very good representative of Da'an district.
In fact, I checked your Wikipedia page. Just until recently, it said you were a citizen of Tuvalu.
No, that's not true.
Well, what's the background there? You mentioned that you worked at the UN. Why did your wiki page say that you were a Tuvalu citizen? What happened there?
I don't know what happened there. I only have one citizenship, and that's ROC Taiwan. And but that's a good thing that some people are curious about my experience in the United Nations. So when I work in the United Nations, I work as a diplomat for Tuvalu, and that's why some people got confused and think I'm a Tuvalu citizen. I always wanted to work in the United Nations, and as you know, Taiwan is not a member of the United Nations, so it's a little bit hard for us to get in. So since I was in college, I was trying to see if there are ways that I can get into the United Nations, and after several different talking to people, and then I realized that I might be able to work as in one of the permanent missions to the United Nations, and then still that way I can work in the United Nations. So very luckily, when I graduated from Harvard Law School, I was Tuvalu mission was looking for people, and I was looking for a job. So we got matched, and then I started to work in the Tuvalu's permanent mission to the United Nations as an intern. And after a few months, my boss wanted to promoted me, so I was promoted as an official diplomat in the Tuvalu mission to the United Nations. And that's why some people are confused that, are you working in Tuvalu, or are you a Tuvalu citizen? But I think that's a very, very interesting thing. And also, that's also one story I can tell my voters and the people I meet on the street. Okay, why I got connected with Tuvalu and how I got into the UN.
Another thing you're known for is your involvement with something called TechGirls. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What makes you the technology candidate? Because you know, a lot of candidates run for office in Taiwan saying, I'm the tech person, I understand the technology industry. Obviously, technology industry is crucial to Taiwan's economy.
That's true.
So it's very common for candidates to say, I understand this industry, that's why I should be elected, because I'll have a lot of good policy ideas to help the tech industry continue to grow and be an important part of Taiwan's economy. But tell us about TechGirls and your experience and knowledge of the tech industry.
As Ross, you said, technology is in the heart of Taiwan's economy. We are known for our high technology. And I started to get involved in TechGirls when I was working as an official in our National Security Council. So some part of my job was cybersecurity, and that's why like I got into this field, and I realized that although we are very good as a country, our technology industry is like super promising, but they are still like gender underrepresented. Women are still imbalance, right? Exactly, gender imbalance in this district. So I was very, very interested in this issue, and then like we organized, I would say, a platform for all the girls and boys and women and men. Actually, like, we don't have like exclusive membership. Anyone who are interested in TechGirls are welcome to join. But our mission is to promote more girls, more women into this field and make them feel more comfortable, help them to feel more comfortable to get involved, to speak up, and then to be part of this community.
Are they campaigning for you, the TechGirls?
No, TechGirls are like a bipartisan group, but we are all friends, and I think that they all support my mission for Da District, for Taipei City, and for Taiwan. So we are very, very good friends.
And you just mentioned your mission for Taiwan. Now, you're also part of a group of younger DPP legislative candidates. They're all very talented and young, just like you, and you're called the Team for Taiwan. Well, who are you? I mean, you don't have to give us all the names, but why is this created? What does the Team for Taiwan mean? Why are certain legislative candidates grouped together this way by the DPP?
Yeah, so this Team for Taiwan is grouped by our DPP candidates who are running for election as a first time ever, and then who are like young and new to this field, political field. And we are grouped together because I think this is our like political climate is welcoming young people and like new faces in this to represent us in the Congress. So in Taipei City, we have 2 members in this Team for Taiwan, and then I am one of the members. And I'm the youngest, by the way. In all of the Taipei City, our candidates, in the 8 candidates. So our mission is actually just to serve Taiwan. I would say that's why I'm running for this congressional election, to serve Taiwan, to use our expertise and our specialties to make Taiwan a better place, to promote Taiwan, and for me specifically to promote Taiwan internationally. Because for a long time I have been very, very interested and very passionate about Taiwan's future and also Taiwan's international representation. And that's why when I was in college, I went to Brown University to join Straight Talk Symposium. That's a symposium in which we have 5 candidates, 5 representatives from the US, China, and Taiwan to talk about Taiwan's future, like for a week. Like for a week, we only talk about Taiwan's future and like how we are gonna make like all the parties involved more confident and more comfortable, and about like whatever the future is. And then I also, when I was in college, I also flew to Washington, D.C. I knew you study in Washington, D.C. And I actually visited the Congress to visit the congressional members and also their staff to talk about Taiwan, to lobby them to support Taiwan, and also to join Taiwan caucus to support Taiwan internationally. So for me, like Taiwan's international space has been something I have deeply cared about, and I hope through this election, more people will see that me as a young woman candidate is very, very passionate about this, and also my fellow candidates who are also on the Taiwan team are very, very caring about Taiwan's future. That we, to be honest, I could be a lawyer, and also I passed the exam for judge and prosecutor, so I could have been a judge or a prosecutor. But that's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted to use my legal expertise and my diplomacy experience to help Taiwan. And that's why I stand up this time, and that's why I'm running this time.
Well, we're going to have to leave it there, Pei-fen, but if you win, and of course we hope you do, although I say that to your opponents as well, but if you win, hopefully you'll come back on our show as a legislator next year.
Definitely.
Okay,
yeah.
We've been watching Taiwan Hashtag with our special guest, DPP legislative candidate for Da'an constituency here in Taipei, Hsieh Peifen. Thank you.
Thank you.